There's a good chance I'm gonna watch this film again because with all the symbolic imagery, messages, and detail in this film, I'm pretty sure I missed some, and that's not a bad thing. It actually was a good thing, a very enjoyable thing. So yeah, let's get into the review of this new film that's coming on Netflix very soon. So we're gonna start that review right now. What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the channel today for another review. So today we're going to be reviewing the film Things Heard and Seen, which is dropping on Netflix April 29th. Now, I knew this film had potential because of the cast alone, and it did not let down. James Norton, who plays George Clare, Amanda Seyfried, who plays Catherine Clare, the married couple who moves from Manhattan to this small historic hamlet in Hudson Valley. You also have some other characters as well. Willis, who's played by Natalia, Dyer, who's from Stranger Things, who plays Nancy in that, who am a fan of. And, you know, James Norton just does a fantastic job of being a likable douche. He is very charismatic, very self-centered, I would say manipulative guy who eventually gets a new job and decides that while his wife has already been successful in Manhattan, he said, well, I got an opportunity here. Let's see what's up. And, you know, Catherine being this really sweet and innocent wife of his who just does anything to make the marriage work. She's like, sure, I'll pack up my life and we can go to essentially chase his dreams. So now that he is, able to be successful, because with the lack of success in Manhattan has caused all type of turmoil between the two of them. Him not really being trustworthy, him just being all types of depressing, whatever else you want to throw. But you understand the idea is that, like, now that he's doing well, he's feeling himself. He is super arrogant and whatnot. And, like, he's a college professor, so all his college students love him. And while Claire is really trying to rebuild, get and make do with being in a new setting and kind of reset, she still has to deal with the wrath of their failing marriage at the time. So that you got a lot going on here. But not only just that, they move into this house that has a sinister darkness looming over it. So, like, while they don't know, everybody in town knows. So everyone is keeping an eye out on the two of them as they know all of the history and everything that's been going on in the house, and how that it may also be a factor within their marriage. So, like, really good premise. It's based off of a novel as well too. So obviously that means that it has some really concrete source material to go off of, and overall it was good. Now again, James and Amanda, this chemistry together is really good. And while yes, it's toxic, you see above them as people and you see them as characters, and they really play off of each other really well. And, with Amanda's character, you're just instantly there and being really sympathetic for all the things that she has to go through while she's trying to be a supporting wife. At times he loses sight that he is a husband and he kind of neglects her, and it takes a toll on her. And that, again, she's in a new town with no friends and still trying to get back on her feet now that she's, left all of her success and family and whatnot to kind of do this for him. So, like, like, these things happen in life, but, like, just how they're able to portray this on screen, they did a really good job. But beyond that, this is a horror, mystery drama, and, like, it comes off as it's going to be heavily horror, but I got to let you know now, it's super heavy on the mystery, which I need to tell you that you got to pay attention to everything. Pay attention to detail, because there's so many symbolic messages, details, imagery, dialogue, and so on that all are connected. And you will see a lot of this go through the character of George at time, but also, like, really premising their marriage and also the house that they're in. So, like, you gotta pay attention to things, and that's why it's good it's on Netflix, because you can rewind it just in case you miss things. And there will be things looming in the background that you be like, wait, did I just see that? And it might scare you. So beware that, like, yes, it's still a horror, but you also got to have your detective hat on for all the little clues and stuff that are going on. What else I got to say about that is that the imagery is really, really good. I love the visuals in this. It was, at times CGI heavy, But I loved it. I really loved the vivid colors that they used, and really how it really elevates the messages that are being said. And like, yeah, I could get it. Like sometimes this definitely is a little bit trippy, but like I enjoyed it. I definitely did. And like it also adds to the idea that like it is part psychological horror in this, or thriller, shall I say. And I will also go as far as saying, like, at one point I was like, you know what, this is like a Lifetime movie, dealing with, considering with the failing marriage aspect of it, and like how it kind of grooms into it in the beginning. But like once everything really starts to kick in, it's much better. It ups the ante in every department, and just the performances alone is really good. But like I loved the visuals. I really did. And I love the idea of it being something that I had to pay attention to kind of make sense of what certain things meant. And like, well, I feel like I do need to watch again because it could have been things I missed out. I still am very appreciative for what I do know thus far that I think makes it enjoyable. And there is like a ghost factor involved with this, which I thought like the ghost visuals were pretty cool. At a point, I feel like maybe I could have did without it, but like I understand why it all makes sense coming full circle. But like there's a lot of good things that this film does good and makes it enjoyable, and I don't have a problem with it. I think that it's just one of those ones where it's either for you or it's not for you, and I think that I think that the performances alone should definitely keep you invested. I think the movie is close to 2 hours, but it doesn't feel like it. And the final phase of the movie is just visually fantastic. I really was digging it. I really was. So, but overall, I think that I appreciate this movie much more than I thought I would. I actually was kind of throwing a little bit of a curveball here because I thought it was going one way, and I thought it was going a haunted house measure, and like it really did not just go down that traditional route. It went another way, and it really built on its ghosts, monsters, and whatnot in another form of a symbolic way, if you ask me. And not to mention the ending of this film is just a huge cliffhanger that probably will make you scratch your head because it really just goes like whoop. But at the same time too, if you pay attention to some of the clues, it might make more sense to you than it just being like, wait, that's it. So definitely gotta keep an eye out on that. A lot of foreshadowing in this film. And by the way, yeah, I should say too, like, yeah, things are sort of predictable, but they kind of execute it in an unpredictable way. So like, trust your guts. Like, if you feel like a certain thing is because of a certain reaction or whatever, then go with that. And I think you won't be wrong. I think that's also another form of entertaining. So entertainment. So anyway, yeah, this is Things Heard and Seen. Check it out. It's on Netflix, April 29th. Come back in the comments, folks. Let me know your explanation of the ending. I need to know what you all are going to think about that. And as always, then, stay tuned because we got more reviews coming really soon. Thank you for watching. Big gold bell.